Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation by Ambika Prasad Research Foundation. So today we will talk about on topic Orchids of Odisha Part 18. So today our topic is Medicinal Orchids of Odisha. So we will talk about some medicinal orchids that are available in Odisha. So for the first I have taken only these 13 species and I will demonstrate about their medicinal orchids, and some have not medicinal uses still reported in it. So we will talk about this on the next slides. So our first orchid is Acampa ocraceae. So this is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period is December to February. So as per the reports or some papers available in internet, I get to know that it possesses antioxidant activity. Then we will come about our second orchid species, that is Acanthophyllippium bicolor. So this orchid is a terrestrial orchid and you can see the flowering period is only in May. Mean in that specific month you will see this flowering of this orchid species, and its medicinal uses is the decoction of leaf is used to treat urinary tract infection. So these medicinal values I have collected from the literature aspects. So this orchid species is very flowering a limited period, and it has a very tiny small size it is. Now for our next orchid species, Acanthophyllum silitens. So this particular orchid, it is a terrestrial orchid and the flowering period is May to June. So as per till now, it has no medicinal values reported. So it is one gap that why this particular orchid has no medicinal uses still reported now. So it is one gap that we can fill up by working on this particular orchid. Then comes Aerids maculosa. Aerids maculosa, as we all know that Aerids genus, it is an epiphytic orchid, and this particular orchid species, the flowering period is only happen in June. And for this specific orchid, it is the same. It has no medicinal value still reported now. So it is also one type of gap that why this particular orchid has no report on it. So we can fill up this gap by working on this particular orchid and the distribution, because in many part of Odisha or in India, this particular orchid in some areas it is first reported, means it has a very less population in number. So we have to work on this particular orchid to conserve such orchid species. Then comes Aerids ringens. So Aerids ringens is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period is June to July. Its medicinal values is they have not particularly mentioned about the part. It is only written is that it treats fever, cough and asthma. So in that I have also given the reference of this where I have get this medicinal uses, but in many paper or you can say literature aspect, I didn't get any medicinal uses of this particular orchid. So it is highly recommended that never use this orchid for fever, cough and asthma before you will mean experiment it and get to know that which part is useful in such aspect to treat such disorders. Then comes to our next orchid species, that is Bulbophyllum appendiculatum. So as we all know that Bulbophyllum genus, the tuberous or the pseudobulb part has a very good amount of medicinal uses. So for this it is an epiphytic orchid. As we all know that Bulbophyllum is an epiphytic orchid. Some has the lithophytes, but this one is an epiphytic. Then comes the flowering period. The flowering period is up to September to October. And you can see I have written the medicinal values. So it possesses anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. So this particular information I get to know from the reference that I have given in that. So, but till now I have not got any literature or from some reports that scientific reports I have till not get it. So it is also highly recommended to work on this particular orchid, that which part of this orchid is used to treat many diseases. Then comes to our Bulbophyllum cariniflorium. So this particular orchid is an epiphytic orchid. As you can see, the flower pattern is very much different from other Bulbophyllum species. So you can see the flowering period is up to July to September. So its medicinal value as 2 gram of dried root and 1 gram of black pepper and 5 ml of cow milk are mixed and made into paste. A half spoonful of the decoction is taken orally with a cup of water by women for 5 to maximum 5 to 11 days to induce abortion within 2 to 3 months of pregnancy. So this particular information I get to know from some research papers that I have mentioned in here. The references is mentioned in this. So you can find it from the ethnobotanical studies on orchids of Niamgiri Hills ranges of Odisha. So now we will come Bulbophyllum utilatum. So Bulbophyllum utilatum is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period will be only be seen in June month. And till now it has no medicinal uses. Reports are available. So it is a high time to conserve such species and work on this particular orchid so that it will not go extinct in our near future. So now comes to our Bulbophyllum macrari. So Bulbophyllum macrari is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period is lasts for July to August. And for this also same, it has no medicinal uses reported till now. So you can also work on this particular orchid and get to know about their medicinal uses and their distribution available in Odisha or India. So you can work on this specific orchid species. So now we will talk about Bulbophyllum ornatissimum. So this particular orchid is an epiphytic orchid and the flowering period is up to October to December. For this also same medicinal values, there are no reports are available. So it is a high time to work on this particular orchid and get to know about their medicinal values and the distribution available in Odisha or India. Now comes to our Bulbophyllum polyrhizum. So this particular orchid is a lithophyte. So as I have talked about this, that Bulbophyllum has an epiphytic and a lithophytic habitat are available. So for this orchid species, the flowering period will be only be in the month of March. As you can see, sometimes it can be neglected because of the tiny structure of the flower and the period of the flowering gets skipped. So for that it is a high, sometimes it get misinterpreted that this must be the other species then compared to the different species. So for this also medicinal uses, it is used to treat fever, stomach ache and other elements. So for this I collected this information from this reference that I have given over there. So, but till now I didn't get any research articles or research paper about on this particular orchid. So, it is also one gap that we can fill it up by working on this particular orchid and get to know about their medicinal values. Then comes to our Bulbophyllum sacrophyllum. So Bulbophyllum sacrophyllum is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period is January to April. So its medicinal uses, it possesses anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and anti-diabetic property. So I have collected this information from some sites. So I have also given the reference over there. But till now I have not get any research articles or research papers where this particular orchid has a medicinal uses and which part is effective on treating different diseases. So it is also one type of gap that we can fill it up by working on this particular orchid and conserve such species so that it will not go extinct in near future. So we will get to know that this particular orchid has a very good amount of medicinal uses as per this uh, information that I have got from this link. So here our Bulbophyllum umbelatum. So Bulbophyllum umbelatum, it is an epiphytic orchid and its flowering period lasts for April to May, and its medicinal uses that whole plant including the flower part is used to enhance coingenuity. So this particular information I have get from some journal that I get to know about their medicinal uses. So for this you can also work on this particular orchid that it has some other medicinal values that we can work on their specific plant parts. So for the reference that I have taken this particular orchid species that are available in Odisha from this specific journal or paper. You can see diversity of orchid species of Odisha state, India, with note on the medicinal and economic uses. So this particular reports is published in 2021. So for that till now there are only 160 orchid species available in Odisha. So for this we have also worked on some orchid species by discussing with tribal communities and local communities and get to know about their medicinal uses they are consuming in their day-to-day life. So thank you for listening. Hope you will like this video and keep subscribing to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so you will get the notification of our upcoming videos. Thank you.